Hey, Tommy from the Run Testers with another episode of the monthly roundup. This is the video where we talk about all the things that we've tested over the past few weeks, which we haven't had a chance to talk about in some of the other videos. But let's dive in and see what we've picked this month.
I've been testing socks for a bigwire.com best running socks feature, and we're also going to have the Run Testers best socks video where we've each picked our own favourites that we use regularly. That will go up on the channel soon. But one pair that has stood out for me for basically just being kind of simple, quite basic, but good socks for the everyday are the Under Armour Dry Run Cushion. Now, if you've got socks you say for race day, but you need some big mileage options that can take a hammering, kind of take up the durability and all that kind of wear and tear, and not cost the earth if they're going to need replacing, then I think these are excellent. They're reliable, hard wearing, they've got excellent kind of mid cushion with extra protection where you need it in the heels and just under the toes. They've got a great fit. There's kind of blister busting seamless toes there as well. I found they've had really good effective moisture control. The cuffs stay up nice and tight. You get a whole lot of performance here for $30 or £30 for a 3-pack. Next up, I've got some running undies to recommend again. I think I might be a bit obsessed with this particular area of running kit. It's just one of the things I sort of test a lot, and I'm always on the hunt for good ones. I've been loving these. They're 6-inch kind of seam Reebok performance boxer briefs. They're a kind of do-it-all basic but functional kind of workout undie. These you can stick them in your kit bag or your suitcase, and they'll handle most things, including doubling up as a pair of sort of your regular wear sort of day-to-day undies as well. They offer a simple, reliable fit that delivers lots of nice comfort. It's got sort of smooth and silky fabric that's comfortable across a kind of range of workouts, everything from running, riding a bike to lifting and HIIT. Now the silky fabric is kind of a blend of polyester and elastane. It's sort of similar to what you'll find in another set of mine that I really like with the Under Armour 6-inch Tech boxers. They've got the same kind of feel to them, and what you get here overall is pretty similar in terms of the fit, the comfort, the support, the breathability. There's not, I would say, any particular kind of clever tech or big claims. You just get soft, silky, stretchy, wonderfully kind of light undies that fit well on the legs and on the bum. You know, we're not talking about kind of that skin tight support that you get from some briefs, but you've got a reinforced mesh pouch. There's a little more scaffold in there to sort of, you know, keep all your dangly bits kind of nice and secure. You've got flat seams as well to help prevent chafe, though I do restrict these to shorter runs. I don't think I would trust them over a full marathon. The main fabric is thin, wicks well, works with sweat, and you get 3 for £15, so I'd say they offer pretty solid value as well. Final one for me then this month, and I've got more fuel for you. I'm doing a big piece for Runners World, running Runners World Fuel Awards, so that'll be out soon as well. This one is more one maybe for ultra runners, but it can be used as like a pre-run hit of energy too. Maybe if you're short on time for breakfast before a marathon, or you want something easier on the stomach. If you're running sort of close to a morning run, or you've got an afternoon run, you haven't got anything in. These are the Supernatural Fuel Pouches. It's basically a blitzed up mix of real food ingredients that are made in small batches in Devon. You know, you could say they're a bit like sort of baby food pouches, but a whole lot more tasty. They are made from simple real food ingredients like nuts, basmati rice, maple syrup, other bits like that, apple. This one is the apple and cinnamon, which I really like. There is an oats, banana and maple syrup that's really good as well, a cranberry and cashew. Bunch of different flavors. The carb content will vary from around 24 grams to 30 plus grams depending on your flavor. You can build a box of 24 for just under £50, so that's going to be around £2 per pouch. And absolutely, you could make these easy enough yourself at home with those ingredients if you wanted to save money. You know, it's all sort of good, sort of whizzed up sort of stuff, but if you have the time to do that, go for it, I would say. Or if you've got resealable pouches, away you go. But I think these offer a really nice sort of convenient source of pre-run energy if you haven't got time for that. They also have a 12-month shelf life, so you can buy a bunch of them and keep them for when the time is kind of necessary. You know, I particularly use it for those mornings before an ultra or before a race, a marathon, where I'm really short on time, or I'm in a hotel where I can't get access to breakfast and I just want to have something to tide me over for those first early few miles.
So just a couple of picks for me this month. The first one I've chosen is the Asics Road Winter Jacket. Now this jacket, it's started to get a bit colder in the UK, and I'm starting to go through my cold weather clothing. But I've got this recently, and I'm absolutely blown away by what this jacket does. So it's It's essentially a jacket for the coldest of winters. I'm not using it that much at the moment because I'd probably say it's still a little bit too warm, but if it really starts to get nearer to that 0 degrees, this is an amazing jacket for it. It's very comfortable to wear. The way that it is designed is it's like a padded jacket around the front and the back, a bit like a gilet. There's not a lot of padding around the arms, but it really keeps the body warm, like a body warmer, like a gilet, and it's very comfortable to wear as well. It's got a lot of features on this jacket as well, so I like wearing this jacket just as a jacket anyway. I feel like you look a little bit like one of the original X-Men from the original Hugh Jackman films. But it's got 2 pockets on the sides that work very well. It also has 2 of these elasticated pockets at the back, so you can put your gels in and things like that if you're going out for a big trail run in the cold. But it's got this really nice feature on the back as well. So it has these zip sections that sit along the back, and it has this sort of little pulley thing that you've got. So you can reach around the back and you can pull to open these vents. You don't have to try and find the zip or anything like that. So it opens these up and just gives you a lot more ventilation in the back of the jacket. And you can also reach back, hold this pulley and pull it back up as well. Other things it has got on it, so it has the standard thumb holes, which I like in all of my long sleeve tops. And also it has the side panels. So although the front and back of this are quite padded and quite thick and warm, it has quite ventilated side panels. So these sections here are quite thin and stretchy. So very good for when you're out running and you need a little bit more mobility. So all in all, it's a solid jacket if you're looking for something to take you out in the colder months and you're going out running and you want something that really keeps the body warm. Very comfortable to wear. I've been using it to walk around in as well. It's quite nice to walk around in this jacket now. I just wouldn't run in this jacket until it gets a little bit colder. But yeah, really impressed with that. I think it looks really nice as well. Oh yeah, I forgot as well. It's fairly breathable for a jacket, quite thick, but also it's pretty wind resistant and also water repellent as well. So it's got a lot of features in it that work very well for the winter running. My second pick this month is the Sealskinz anti-blister socks. I believe they're called Blofeld anti-blister socks. Now these socks are designed for blisters. They have dual layers in them, so they're quite thick. There's a lot of padding around them, which is how you stop getting blisters, because the padding helps pad out your foot in the shoe. But they're really comfortable to wear. So they're not thickly padded across the whole shoe. They're only in the areas where you're going to get blisters, and the rest of it is pretty nice and comfortable and quite nice to wear. They're really soft fabric. They're very comfortable to wear. What I would say is that I probably wouldn't wear these in the summer unless I was doing a really slow, comfortable run, because they are quite thick and I do find my feet will get hot in these if it is warm outside. Now it's winter, they work really well. But the other thing I would say as well is they are quite padded. So what I find is in some of my shoes, especially like race shoes where the fit is quite tight in comparison to more general daily cushion shoes, it does feel like it's really filling up the shoe. So they're probably not great if you're going out and running races in calm plate race shoes, but if your shoes have a little bit of space in them, which you probably will do if you've got cushion shoes, absolutely fine. But really comfortable, really nice quality. They feel great. So if you are the sort of runner that gets a lot of blisters, these are really good to combat that, especially in the colder months.
So my first pick this month is the Spibelt original running belt, which is not a groundbreaking or particularly new piece of kit. They've been around for a while, obviously, but I do think this is the best running belt I've tested. I've been using it every day for the past couple of months. It's a simple piece of kit, just really well executed, and I wanted to flag it up. It will cost you £29 or $27, but it is the kind of thing that gets picked up in sales quite a lot, so you might be able to find it on a discount at some point. The original version of the Spibelt just has one big, large main pocket that expands to very easily swallow up a big smartphone or your card, some keys, a few gels, that kind of thing, and then you can tighten the adjustable belt so it doesn't jump around on the run. It stays in that fixed position once you've tightened it once, I find, so I don't have to adjust it each run. I either wear it in front of me, on top of my waist, or in the small of my back if I'm doing a fast run for a more secure hold where it won't bounce at all. And it's nothing particularly special, this, but I do think it's a cut above the very cheap running belts you can get out there in terms of comfort and durability. Everything just works very well with it, and if you are looking for a running belt, I think it's a really strong option. Like, I've been using this a lot more than high storage shorts of late, just because, especially in the winter months, if you wear a running belt, you can put it beneath your raincoat a bit more easily. A lot of the shorts I use have drop-in pockets on the thighs, which is still quite exposed when it starts raining, and it's been raining a lot here in the UK. So yeah, I'm using it quite a lot, and it's just a really good running belt that I thought I'd flag up. The second thing I wanted to shout out this month is the Gore Concurve Windstopper vest, or gilet. I've been trying out a few Gore bits of late just as the weather started to turn bad, and I'm a huge gilet fan. If you've watched the channel for a few years, you know that for a lot of the transitional seasons, most of the early winter, and then coming into spring, I'll wear a gilet just because I like having one on. It makes you feel warm and cozy, but doesn't get you too hot. It's very easy to cool down with it because if you open the front, you've already got the armholes there. It's very well ventilated. And this Gore gilet I've worn for pretty much all my runs as soon as it dips below 10 degrees, really, even sessions, that kind of thing, just because I like that extra layer of warmth there. It uses a Primaloft insulation, so it's got a slightly puffy feel to it. And at first, when I was looking at it, I thought that looks a bit big, a bit heavy, not really a running vest. But actually, you know, once it's on, it's extremely lightweight. It's also breathes really well. Obviously, gilets breathe very well because you've got those armholes there. But yeah, it doesn't get too hot, I find, even when it's not actually that cold and I'm just being a bit of a coward in throwing on an extra layer, which is pretty common. I don't like the cold. It's not completely waterproof, but it will keep most of the rain off your core unless you're out there in something really heavy. It does block the wind very effectively, which is the most important thing for me on runs, especially this time of year when the cold winds start rolling in. And yeah, it's just a really nice gilet that it's gone to the top of my collection of gilets, which is quite extensive at this point. It's pretty pricey though, which is often the case with Gore products. It will come in at £180 or $200. I would say, if that's a complete no-no straight away, but you are still interested, I think Gore usually do kind of end of season sales or sales on previous season's kit, so you might wait for a while. But yeah, the Windstopper vest has been something that I've really enjoyed using. I'll use now probably for most of the rest of the year until it starts to get really, really dark and cold, and I might go for a full jacket, but this has been perfect for this kind of transitional season we're in now. And then the last thing I want to flag up is another piece of transitional outerwear, which is the Path Projects Pyrenees T19 hoodie. So I had a few Path Projects things into test, and overall it's probably leans a little bit too athleisure for me in general as a brand. Like, a lot of stuff is really nice crossover gear, and this hoodie is definitely great crossover gear. I wore it throughout the summer just as a nice lightweight hoodie, but it is also a really nice running top, and I've used it again in this kind of transitional period where sometimes I want a long sleeve layer but nothing too bulky, and it's a little bit warmer than a long sleeve tee, and not as hot or overbearing as a full jacket or anything like that. And it's just been a really nice hoodie to have around for this season. It's very comfortable and soft and lightweight. You've got a hole on the left arm sleeve so you can put your watch in that, so you can still see your stats while still having your fingers tucked into the thumb holes. It costs £61 or $78, and it comes in a couple of different colours. I think this blue is probably the nicest one, but yeah, it's just another really solid bit of transitional gear that I've enjoyed wearing of late, and it was nice to try out some of the Path Project stuff in general. This is pitched a lot as a kind of trail running top because it offers sun protection as well. It's also just a nice autumn winter running top to use wherever, and also quite a nice piece of gear to have to wear outside your runs as well. So it does offer that transitional athleisure element where you can finish your run if it's not too crazy and sweaty and you're just wearing quite a nice hoodie afterwards, which is definitely a little extra feature that's appreciated.
That's it from us this month on the monthly roundup. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click that little bell, and if you're going to catch me below, you can find it to our podcast, which comes out a couple of times each month. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you next time.